Students of class 5 in the English medium section have requested me to teach them the science book Our Environment, and I think that by this time almost 4 months have passed. Today is the last day of April. January, February, March, April. In these 4 months, you have studied a few pages at least from this book. But considering that it is in English and you have to sit for the next examination with a syllabus that starts from the first chapter, I am ready to discuss with you the science book Our Environment, chapter by chapter. And on the first day, let us discuss on the structure of the human body, the outer covering, the armor for the body. And now let us read the book. Open at the first page of the book, page 1, and read with me, and wherever necessary I will explain the words, the matters to you, so that you can understand the subject fully and give the answers. And at the end of this class, I will give you some task, some activities to do, which you must note down in your exercise books to show to your teachers after the lockdown and the summer vacation are over. However, now let us start. Armor of the body. Sujoy has gone to buy a bag. You have understood the meaning. Sujoy has gone to buy a bag. He sees Anima and her mother in the shop. There are two persons in the shop, Anima and her mother. The shopkeeper says, the owner of the shop is the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper says, bag, shoes and belt all are made of leather, means animal skin. But nowadays many substitutes for leather are also available. People too are reducing their use of leather. If you go to any shop to buy belts or shoes, you will find there shoes or belts are made of different kinds of materials. Some are leather belts, these are highly costly. Some are synthetic leather belts, and some are plastic belts, some are woven from synthetic fibers, etc. So Anima exclaimed with a laugh, can skin be so thick? Anima touched the bag or saw the bag and laughed and asked, can skin be so thick? We touch our skin of our body and never feel that it is so thick. Some of us may touch the skin of some domestic animals, but the experience is the same. We don't think that the skin of a pet dog is very thick, but here the bag is very, very thick. How is it possible? So Anima exclaimed with a laugh. Hearing this, Sujoy said from behind, পিছন থেকে সুজয় বলল, yes, it can. The skin of a rhinoceros is much thicker. You might have seen rhinoceros in a zoo or in the North Bengal or in Animal Planet channel or somewhere, and you have found that the skin of the rhinoceros is very thick. The next day they told everyone at school about this. Then teacher said, "Did you know that the skin was used in different ways in earlier times?" They were discussing this and the teacher heard it, and he asked if they knew that the skin was used in different ways in earlier times. In ancient times, skin was used for different purposes. Humans dried animal skin, humans killed animals and dried their skins and used them as sheet for writing. When there was no paper, paper was discovered at a later stage. When there was no paper, people used to write on dried skin or on the bark of a tree, etc., or on the leaves of palm trees. So humans dried animals' skin and used them as sheet for writing. Very amazing thing. Dresses and shoes were made from leather. Shoes are made from leather even today. In the modern age also we use leather shoes. These are costly shoes and very fine looking shoes. But dresses, suppose your shirt is made of leather or your pant, how would it be? But at that time, when people of the winter region, of the colder regions, they had not sufficient dresses to keep themselves warm. They used to kill animals, either domestic or wild animals, and dried up their skin and used the skin to make their dress. Sacks means bags. Sacks for carrying water were made from animal skin. Water carrying pots were made from animal skin. Then humans realized the problem of overusing animal skin. A time came when man came to realize that it was not proper to kill animals for their skin, because in that case the much animals were being killed, and overusing of animal skin would be harmful for them in the long run. So they felt it necessary to find out alternatives. Besides the death of many animals died and their skin was used. The environment gets polluted in many ways. For killing animals, you know that whenever any dog or cat or any animal uh, die and remain in a rotten condition beside the road or on the road, foul odor comes out from that dead body and making people's life difficult there. And so the environment gets polluted, the air gets polluted, the water also gets polluted when it rains. The rainwater, the runoff water takes away the putrefied mussels and other body parts. The waste from leather factories pollute the water. This is the same thing. Waste from leather factories. Waste means those things which are of no use, which are disposed of. The waste from leather factories pollute the water and also create stench in the surrounding area. I told you that foul smell comes out, emanates from a dead body, from a dead skin. Due to these reasons, the use of leather had to be reduced to a certain extent. People had to reduce the use of leather and find out alternatives, and they found out, and synthetic leather appeared in the market to meet our need. Rina said the skin of our body is stretched tight in some places. In some places it is wrinkled. Again, in some places it is thick but thin in some other places. Have you noticed your skin? The skin of our body is stretched tight in some places. You'll see. And in some places it is wrinkled. If you look at your forehead, at the forehead of an aged person, the skin appears wrinkled. Wrinkles appear with aging. Again, in some places it is thick and but thin at some other places. The teacher, on hearing all this, said, "Tell me, what is armor of our body?" Sujoy promptly replied, "Our skin." What is the armor? What protects our body? Suppose the skin is taken off from our body, the body will get rotten. So the skin gives us the protection. Sujoy promptly replied, "Our skin." You are right, skin. It covers everything: flesh, muscles, nerves, veins, arteries. All these organs make our body. Our body comprises of flesh, muscles, nerves, veins, arteries, etc. Many more organs are there, and all these are covered with skin. Puran said, "Didi, why do you call it armor? What is its function that you call it armor?" Sujoy explained, "Armor protects from getting hurt. You know, in the old times and also in present day battlefield, our soldiers use bulletproof jacket. Bulletproof jackets are armor. Armor because it protects their body. If any enemy fires any shot, the soldier remains unhurt. Armor protects from getting hurt. So does skin. Skin also protects us. It protects us from external force of an ultraviolet rays. And the ultraviolet rays are radiated from the sun, and you know that we get vitamin D when ultraviolet rays of the sun enters into our skin. But if excess of ultraviolet ray enters into our body, it causes different diseases. So our skin is the armor that protects us from ultraviolet rays. Below the skin there is flesh, muscles, veins, arteries. I told you just skin protects them. Else even a simple wound would result in bleeding. If there were not the skin over your body, then wounds would be created. The wounds would bleed. Even Ye- Your body, when remains covered with the skin, if the skin is cut in any place, bleeding may occur and wounds may occur. And if the skin is removed from the body, imagine what would happen. Do you know that many years ago skin was used in wars? When guns were not discovered, when people used to fight with swords, spears, sticks, etc., then animal skin, the skin of rhinoceros, was used as the armor of the body, and the horns of rhinoceros were used as the shields. The skin of rhinoceros was used to make the dress and shield to be used in battlefields. Wearing these made the warriors less prone to injuries. For wearing these, warriors were less prone to injuries. There were less possibility of their being injured by the opposite, by the enemies. That is why they were known as armor. The shields also protected one from impact. Meena said, veins and arteries are like pipes, aren't they? Have you seen veins? And throughout your body there are veins. You look at your hand and at your palm, and on the opposite side of the palm there are so many veins found. These are like pipes through which blood runs, and these are all veins, but the arteries remain in the deeper side of the body. When the doctor feels the pulse of any patient, he touches some arteries and feels the rhythm that generates from the heartbeat. The heart beats and the blood also flows with that beat that is felt when you touch the radial artery of the hand. However, Rofik raised both his arms and showed them to Meena. Said, see here, you can see the pipes. They are swollen under my skin. The pipes have branches as well. The veins you see on your body, on the outer side of your body, the veins are seen and they are swollen and they are like pipes and they have branches. They are all branched. Are these veins or arteries? Now a question. Are these veins or arteries? Those are veins. The arteries are a little deeper. I told you just now, the veins are visible in many parts of our body. And now open at page 2, the measuring thickness of skin. Next day, even before the teacher entered the class, discussions on skin had started. The previous day, the teacher discussed about the skin's use of skin in different periods, skin made things that are used in the past and at present. And the next day, when the students gathered in the class, they started discussions on skin before the teacher entered the class. Amina looked at her own hands and said, where the skin is thin, the veins are visible. Where do you find the veins? You have a heel. Do you find there any veins? You don't, because there the skin is not thin, it is thick skin. But on the opposite side of your palm, you can see many veins, many branched veins, because there the skin is thin. Everybody looked at both sides of their hands. Amina is right, but Amina is right means Amina is telling them the right thing. But why is the skin thick or thin at different places? Why is the skin thin on your hands and thick on the heels? Sujoy said, which side of the hand is often rubbed? Especially in the winter period, many of you are habituated to rub your two hands together so that heat is produced. And whenever you do any work, whenever you catch hold any substance, this part of the hand is rubbed very often, the palm side. Mina said, Rofik said, is that why the skin is thickened on the palm side? Itu said, the skin below the foot is much thicker. It is the thickest at the heel. At the heel you see, and in the older people, you may find their heel developing cracks in the winter period, winter season. Do heels get rubbed often? Mina said, think about walking. When you walk, the whole body weight rests on the heel. Even if you wear a shoe, your whole body rests on your heel and the heel gets rubbed with the sole of the shoe. There the armor needs to be thick, doesn't it? On this side, Sujan took hold of the skin of Rofik's hand with 2 fingers. Sujan took hold, dhorlo, of the skin of Rofik's hand with 2 fingers. Said, hold the skin like this, then you can understand its thickness at various places. Like a pinch, চিমটে দেওয়ার মতো আলতো করে ওইভাবে যদি তুমি ধরো বিভিন্ন শরীরের বিভিন্ন জায়গার স্কিনটা, তাহলে তুমি তার থিকনেসটা বুঝতে পারবে, কোথায় সেটা বেশি থিক, কোথায় সেটা কম থিক. The upper and lower layer of skin in the next page, page 3. Sujan tripped and fell down near the school. He hurt his knee and elbow. Sujan was playing or doing something and he fell down near school. He hurt his knee, that means his knee was hurt. His elbow was also hurt. People gathered and helped him up. People helped him stand up. He had scraped his elbow, which was bleeding at one place. Sometimes it happens, you fall down and bleeding take place. Mainly at the knee or elbow. The knee was also scraped and a watery substance was oozing out. And if there is a wound, you can see that after the wound is created, after a few hours, a watery substance oozes out of that wound. Ice was placed on the injured area. Then the headmaster applied some medicine. That means the headmaster was a good person. He applied some medicine. Meena was observing everything. She thought, are there 2 layers of skin? Is there some watery substance in one layer? I told you that some watery substance was oozing out. So Meena was observing. Meena is also a child. He was observing and he was thinking about this. Are there 2 layers of the skin? Is there some watery substance in one layer and blood in another layer? He wanted to ask her teacher as she came into the class. The teacher said, "You are right. The surface of skin does not have blood. On the surface there is no blood. In the deeper side there is blood." Rafik said, "The layer above that is dead. The outermost covering of the skin is dead. Nothing happens even if it is cut. Isn't that so?" খুব আলতো করে স্কিনের ওপরে যদি কেউ একটুখানি কেটেও ফেলে তাহলে কোনো রক্ত বেরোয় না বা কোনো জ্বালা যন্ত্রণার অনুভূতি হয় না, বা কোনো কারণে যদি কেটে যায়। কেন না, ওখানটা ডেড, ওখানটা মৃত কোষ দিয়ে তৈরি। দিস লেয়ার ইজ মেড অফ ডেড সেলস। ইফ ইট ইজ কাট, নাথিং হ্যাপেন্স। Yes, only the impact on the inner layer leads to a burning feeling on the skin. But if there is a bruise up to the deeper layer, there is a burning feeling on the skin. Meena said, if skin is burnt in fire, we feel a very intense burning sensation. Sometimes skin is burnt, a part of the skin is burnt and you feel a very intense burning, মানে তীব্র, intense burning sensation, jala. At these times you should apply cold water. Whenever any part of your skin is burnt, you must use cold water there. Imagine that you have burnt your skin near the wrist, কবজির কাছে কোথাও পুড়ে গেছে. Put your hand in the cold water and keep it there. And as soon as you take it out of the cold water, you will find that the burning sensation returns. Then immerse it, আবার ডুবিয়ে দাও হাতটাকে, immerse it again until the burning sensation stops, যতক্ষণ না জ্বালাটা থামে. Only then the inner layer will not be harmed. It will result in a blister on the skin. অনেক সময় blister, ফুসকুড়ি পড়ে যায়. The outer layer of the skin dies due to heat. Whenever you apply heat, the outer layer dies. Then fluid oozes out of the bottom layer. From the deeper layer, fluid oozes out and it collects between the two layers. This results in swelling of that region. This is how blisters are formed. So one question is here, how blisters are formed? This is the answer. Blisters can be prevented if one immediately pours cold water on the region, thereby interrupting the heating of the bottom layer. Whenever any heat is applied on the skin accidentally, the heat goes deep into the next inner layer and the water there becomes evaporated. But if you immerse your burning part of the body into cold water, if it happens that the burning, it is not possible for you to immerse that part which is burnt into cold water, then pour cold water, pure tap water, where there is no bacteria or any germs. Pure cold water should be applied on that place for a long time, and then he may be saved. But there is not much harm in the formation of blisters as the inner layer of the skin remains safe. ফুসকুড়ি হলেও খুব সমস্যা হয় না, কারণ নিচের লেয়ারটা নিরাপদেই থাকে. Take the person immediately to the hospital if the burn is severe. Sometimes it happens that somebody is burnt very severely, and it is our duty to take him to a hospital, to rush him to a hospital then and there, so that he gets the treatment, so that his burn injury cannot kill him. So today you learned, you read up to page 3, and today is the beginning. I shall discuss with you every day with this book, our environment, because I know that many of you cannot read properly and cannot understand properly and cannot write the answers properly from the science, and many of you have requested me to take classes of science. Okay, I will take such classes as much as possible, and today this is the end, and you study these first three pages and uh, note down the unknown words in your notebook, and uh, note down also their meanings, English meanings. If it is very difficult, then note down its Bengali meaning. But every time you try to uh, give an alternative word for every word. Try to understand it in English. That will be your habit, and as you are a student of English medium, you should develop the habit of reading, writing, and speaking, and also listening English. And you must develop this skill, and for this reason all your subjects except Bengali are written in English, and your only purpose is to study all the subjects in English medium in a way that you can defeat your Bengali counterparts in the examinations. Okay, now this is the end of this first class. The next class is expected tomorrow.